As Steve said, my name is Cecelia Doucette, and I'm from Ashland, Massachusetts. And I kind of fell down the rabbit hole with wireless technology about 5 or 6 years ago. I used to run our local education foundation, and we kept hearing about this 21st century classroom and how our schools and our children needed all this new technology to succeed in the world. So, you know, a bunch of us good doobies, we jumped in, we did fundraising, we ran 7 campaigns, we got iPads and Chromebooks and infrastructure. And then I went on to become our grant coordinator for Ashland Public Schools, and I learned about a crowdfunding source called Donors Choose, and that was to get projects funded inside the classroom. And I thought, well, there's an opportunity. So I publicized the heck out of that. We got over 100 projects funded. You know, we were really pleased with that for more iPads and Chromebooks and minis and smart TVs. And then one night at book group, a girlfriend of mine who's an electrical engineer said she was reading a book called Zapped, and she was starting to figure out that there could be something up with wireless and health. And, you know, it was book group, so I just made a little bit of a mental note of it. But then I read something that indicated the same thing not long after. So I started doing my investigation, and I'm a technical and professional writer by trade. So if you just do a cursory search, is Wi-Fi safe, you will find studies that were done that showed no harm. But I dug a little bit deeper, and then I started finding many studies from all over the world indicating great evidence of harm, which this film will walk us through. So as I was finding this information, I started sharing with my schools to say, hey, I think we got a problem here. And if we had a gas leak in the building of school, I know we would have had those kids out of there in 30 seconds flat. But I got back crickets, like literally. I'm sending them things to say France pulled Wi-Fi out of their national library in 2008 because of health considerations. France now has a national law to forbid any kind of wireless around kindergarten, preschool, nursery schools. In the upper grades, it's only on when needed. The default is it's always off. Whereas here in our country, we're still on this Wi-Fi honeymoon. So I was perplexed as to why nobody was jumping up and down, because I thought I had figured out something pretty important here. But when our schools looked at the fine print, can I see a show of hands of anybody who might have an iPhone with them right now?
I do.
Okay. No, that's okay. Take out your iPhones.
Androids as well?
It is available in Androids, but I don't know how to get it there. It could have been in a little paper manual that came with your phone, but the same information is available with all of our wireless technology. So once you're got your phone out, go into Settings. All right, and then remember the acronym GAL, like this gal at the library taught me this trick, right? So from Settings, scroll down just a little ways to General and hit that. Then up at the top, hit About, that's the A. And then scroll all the way down to Legal. It's going to be the second from the bottom. Okay, is everybody there? So it's Settings, General, About, Legal. And at the bottom of Legal, you'll see RF exposure, which is radio frequency radiation, which is two-way microwave radiation, that they politely call energy in that legal fine print. What that legal fine print disclaimer says 5 or 6 levels down in your phone is 2 really important things. 1, keep this device off your body, or you may exceed the FCC limits for public radiation exposure. And as we'll learn in the film, those were never safety tested. 2, it also says to use a hands-free option. They suggest speakerphone or a headset, because by holding that one device in active mode, you are being exposed to microwave radiation that is biologically hazardous from 5 or 6 separate antennas in that one device. So they sell us this technology with all of this on. So in that one device, you have a cell antenna, a data antenna, a Bluetooth antenna, a Wi-Fi antenna, a locator antenna, and by now a public hotspot, because they've decided to use us as their network. We don't need that. We'll talk about solutions But what I would ask everybody here in the room to do right now is to take every wireless device you have, be it a watch, an iPad, a Chromebook, a phone, turn off all your antennas. Typically going into airplane mode will do that for us, but I've heard some of the Apple products kind of kick themselves back on periodically, so you want to keep an eye out to make sure that you've gotten all those antennas turned off. If you need to make a call or receive information, we'd ask that you step outside of the room, and we would like to have as low of a radiation environment as you can throughout the program. Yes?
Does it turn off the antennas when you turn the phone off?
Yes.
Okay,
It does. Great question. So, with everybody's devices safely stored, thank you for joining us. The film is 74 minutes. After it ends, and it ends kind of funny. It looks like it's ending, but we'll wait just a minute longer because they add some more information. But once it's done, we'll do a question and answer session. And just reinforce, the message is not no technology. We love our technology, but it's high time we learn to use it safely and hold our cities and towns accountable for putting safe technology into our schools, into our neighborhoods, and into our public spaces. So we'll talk more about that. Thanks so much.
Thank you.